Welcome to the forecast. To my right, we have AP18 Alex. How's it going?
Hello, everyone.
And to my left, GW himself. Garrett, how you doing?
Doing good.
This is the Wednesday Comics Forecast. My name is Marvin. We're here bringing the comic books coming out for 10/10/2018. 10/10/2018. That is the second Wednesday in October. And here we are with Image Comics, starting with Birthright number 32. This is Joshua Williamson and Andrea Bresson. Alex, 32 issues in of Birthright. How's it holding up?
You know, it's really good. I forgot how much I missed that art style. It's just, it looks so beautiful. The coloring is great. The story is just carrying on from where we were when we left off at issue 31. I am caught up on this book, and it's you know, it doesn't actually have arcs. It's just an ongoing story, and I actually really appreciate that. It's in for the long haul. I don't know if this book has an end in sight. It's great. I love this book, and I thank Marvin for getting me hooked on comics and hooked on this book, even though I don't know if he's read very much of it.
Birthright. No, I read that first trade, and then I fell behind, and you kept going. This is a book where I read the first trade, and I was like, this is for you. And I obviously am right. You're 32 issues in, so...
Obviously, I'm right.
Third, Bully Wars number 2. This is Scotty Young and Aaron Conley. Garrett, you just said you read issue 1. How was it?
I really liked it. It was really fun. It was funny. You know, Scotty Young, he's a very comic writer. And the art style is, you know, for not being Scotty Young, I think it's Aaron Gottlieb or something like that. It was very, very Scotty Young-ish. So I think the concept's very simple.
Farmhand number 4. This is Rob Guillory, and Rob Guillory asks the effects of the Jedi seed ripple through Freetown. Andrea Jenkins is about to have the worst day ever. She'll be chastised and berated, and she'll punch at least 3 people before its end. Also, Zeke versus Coyote. Seriously, Alex, Farmhand, how's it going?
I love this book. Like, this is a book that I thought shouted Marvin that Marvin should get this book. And then I realized, no, this definitely seems like just a Wednesday Comics book. It's ridiculous, and the art is so good. Rob knows how to draw, knows how to tell a story. This is just a book I think you need to pick up. If you're looking for something that has a good story, but not to take itself too seriously, this is the book for you. It's great.
Alex.
You know, I would call it a light horror, too. I mean, there is some definitely... but like Goosebumps-esque. Like, nothing too over the top, but enough that it's like... Still's got a little horror taste in it.
What do you think, Goosebumps or Tales from the Crypt?
More Goosebumps.
Alex, I'm going to make you a little statement here right on the forecast. If you put it on the list this week, I'll catch up and read it.
Done.
Infinite Dark number 1. This is new number 1 from Image Comics. Ryan Caddy, Andrea Moody. The universe ended, but on board the Void Station, Orpheus. Is that right? Yeah, well, I guess that's right. Skeleton crew of humanity survived the last 2,000 souls, waiting for the second Big Bang that may never come. Now, 2 years into their voyage, security director David Carell investigates the station's first murder and the otherworldly motives behind it. Hey, that sounds like exactly like that Hadrian's Wall book we read.
I know. I was just saying the same thing. I read that, and I was like, doesn't seem like an original idea at all.
Well, that's new number 1 if you pick it up. Maybe that'll be an ongoing, and it'll actually be more than just that, but who knows? That's what he said about Hadrian's, and that was just a mini. Murder Falcon number 1 from Daniel Warren Johnson of Extremity fame, also the artist. The world is under attack by monsters, and Jake's life is falling apart. No band, no girl, no future, until he meets Murder Falcon. He was sent from the Heavy to destroy all evil, but he can't do it without Jake shredding up a storm. Now, with every chord Jake plays on his guitar, the power of metal fuels Murder Falcon into an all-out kung fu fury on those that seek to conquer Earth. It's time to shred. I do love his art, and that might be something... I don't think I've had that big a week, so maybe I'll check that out. Sounds cool. Hey, Garrett. Oblivion Song number 8 from Kurtman and Felici. How's it going?
It's going really good. They're almost done with the first arc. Basically, the main character has found his brother in the Oblivion. And, you know, he's like thinking that all these refugees on this alternate Earth basically would want to come back to the actual Earth, and they're all just like, no, like we're cool with how things are here. We've gotten used to this life. We've been here for 8 some years. Like this is our way of life now. We don't want to go back, and it's definitely fun playing with the dynamic and why Nathan Cole wants his brother to come back to Earth while his brother wants to stay there.
Weatherman number 5, The Weatherman, Jody LaHep and Nathan Fox. Alex, how's your book going?
I love this book. This is a book that I speak so highly of, and no one cares what I have to say. So it's great. If it's got that kind of future-esque space crap that normally I would hate, and I actually found this book to be really enjoyable. It seems insane, and it really is kind of an insane book. There's things that happened that made me sad the first 2 issues, and now we're getting into a little bit more trying to figure out how to get the main character back, because his brain was told to do something else. He was actually had this amazing killer, and now he doesn't remember how to be a killer, and he's the one who caused the Earth to be destroyed.
Dark Horse Comics, Quantum Age for the World, The Black Hammer number 3. This is Jeff Lemire, Wilfredo Torres. Garrett, you caught up with this book? How's it going?
Yeah, there hasn't been an issue in quite a while. Definitely on a break. It's been about 2 months. This is like the Batman Beyond universe of the Black Hammer universe. So I did like the first 2 issues, very plot heavy with like an alien invasion basically. This is, I can't remember if it's like 100 or so years into the future. But it is kind of cool to see if the Black Hammer universe were to continue on hundreds of years or 100 years into the future, what it would look like. But this book definitely confuses me based off the revelations in Black Hammer currently. So now I'm just scratching my brain being like, I don't know if this is real or not.
It'll be interesting to see like how that all comes together. That's going to be something that I'm curious when this whole thing is over to go back and like relive that and see what's real, what's not, and then you know what I mean. Go back and like look at it from a different eye. You know, when you watch like Sixth Sense for the second time, you're like, hey, what? This is way different than I remember it being. Catwoman number 4. This is Joelle Jones. Things have gone from bad to worse for Selena in Villa Hermosa. Her new city has taken away what little she was able to carry from her from Gotham, and her rap sheet offers scant protection from local crooks frame her for murdering 2 police officers. The law has caught up with her, and Catwoman is in the clink, giving her time to reflect on her life and all the things that led to her Villa Hermosa. Turns out she didn't choose to move randomly or just get away from Batman. This special interlude issue takes us back in time to explore some previously unknown truth bombs from Selena Kyle's past. Batwoman artist Fernando Blanco joins Joelle Jones to explore a couple of early versions of Catwoman's 9 lives. Alex, what do you think? Catwoman or 4? It's going to be an interlude issue, so it says Joelle still doing the art, but also getting some assists here from the Batwoman artist.
You know, I would be a little weary of a filler artist, even for part of an issue, but I also trust Jones's choice to bring in someone. So it's probably, like you said, it's going to be an interlude of back information. So I actually kind of like that in books when you do a flashback and it's got a new artist or a different artist. So I'm totally cool with that. And I think Joelle Jones understands Catwoman enough and knows what Tom King was doing with his book to bring her full circle and to have her own book but still be tied into Batman. I mean, I love this book. This is one of those strong DC books, at least for me personally, art-wise and story-wise, that I'm all guns, all ships, I'm ready for this book. Bring it out. Let me read it.
I actually have to make an announcement. I'm dropping this book because I think it doesn't have a point. Like, I don't know what story it's trying to tell. Joelle Jones is a great artist, pretty good writer, but I don't know where the direction of the book's going, and to already have an interlude after the first arc when the first arc didn't even tell you where this book was going. I feel like I don't know if it's a money grab or like what the point is of this book.
Yeah, I'm with Alex. I really do love it too. So, Curse Comics Cavalcade #1. This is the Halloween special, basically, of DC. James Tynion IV, Becky Cloonan, Brian Hill, Tim Seeley, Riley Rossmo, Gary Dodderman. Art by Mark Buckingham, Becky Cloonan, Riley Rossmo, Ricardo Farici, and Doug Mankey on the cover there. I'm not sure. There's a Swamp Thing story, as they say in the front here. I wonder who's doing that one. But if you look at this, $10, 80 pages. So if you're looking for a special, there you go. Pick it up. Detective Comics, $9.90, James Robinson and Steven Segovia. I just wanted to bring it up because it's $9.90. We're 10 away from that 1,000 issue. But none of us are picking that up right now. So
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Oh, how is it?
It's pretty good. I mean, James Robinson obviously is who he is, but Steven Segovia's art, I wish he was on more comics. And I'm actually impressed that James Robinson isn't going completely over the top like he normally does. So until Peter Tomasi gets on this book, I think he's doing an all right job of telling a Batman story.
Flash #56, Joshua Williamson, Scott Collins. Things are about to get hot, very hot, when Flash has to battle fire monsters generated by his longtime nemesis, Heatwave. Unfortunately, the pilot light blew out in Mick Morty's head because he's comatose from the effects of the Sage Force. How can the Scarlet Speedster reach his old frenemy, and get him to put out the fire monsters? Looks like Commander Cold takes the demotion, so he can pretend to be Captain Cold and talk Heatwave down. Alex, you still getting Flash?
Yeah.
And what do you think?
I actually read issue 55 today, that Dan Moore cover, spectacular. And I'm actually starting to enjoy Flash dealing with these other forces. As long as it stays more focused with the Flash doing these things, I don't mind that. Where one character's trying to understand it, Bruce isn't getting caught in it. Clark's not being, it's not a Justice League thing all the time, where it seems to be taking mostly in, is it Central City and Keystone City, those twin cities, right?
Yeah.
Or is it just Central City?
Mostly Central City, but
okay. I've actually really enjoyed it. I was on the verge of dropping Flash. I could have given two shits of what was going on. I'm actually getting pulled back into it and enjoying this book more.
Plastic Man #5 of 6, Gail Simone, Andrea Mello. Garrett, you've been reading Plastic Man. How is it going so far?
Plastic Man is amazing. I wish this was a monthly book, not just a mini. I think Gail Simone really gets this character. It's been fun from the beginning. It's been funny. There's been serious moments, and there's actually a really good story going on through all these issues. And I can't believe this is the second to last one already. I really hope something cool is spinning out of this series. If not, hey, at least it got a great run on Plastic Man.
Red Hood Outlaw #27, Scott Lobdell, Pete Woods. Everything changed for the Red Hood last issue. This time around, everything changes for Jason Todd. Devoted of partners in exile from Gotham City, Jason gets a faithful message from the last person he expects to see again. The news he learns leaves him with no choice but to don the Red Hood mask once more and double down on his two-fisted crime-fighting approach. Pray for whoever gets in Jason's way as the Outlaw kicks into high gear. Alex, what do you think?
I loved issue 26. It's almost scary to see one of the Bat kids be so violent. He's just a monster with a crowbar. He's an ass. I love it. He was pretty much the Punisher, but he at least lives up to his name of, I'm going to stick that fire post up your ass. I love this book. I don't know if it's a book for everyone to read, and for the fact that it's not the Outlaws anymore is kind of saddening. I liked him being this, with Artemis and Bizarro having a family, having a meaning, but with him being gone, he's kind of lost that guidance. And so he's having to go back to what he knows how to do. And, I think almost feel he doesn't have anything really to live for other than doing what he feels is right. And that's punishing those people or serving justice a little more violently.
Scooby Apocalypse #30. This is Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMatteis, and Pat O'Leaf and Tom Palmer. Garrett, Daphne on the cover is Dawn of the Daphne, just holding Machine Gun, a couple of them actually. What's going on with this book?
It's actually getting into very exciting territory. So I don't know how many people read this, so spoilers, but basically Fred has turned into a zombie. And he's like an intelligent monster zombie, and he's going to start leading a faction of monsters against the Scooby Gang, which is pretty terrifying, especially because Daphne has turned into that universe's Punisher out of grief of Fred being killed. So I really love this book. I can't believe this series is still going, but I'm just loving it so much, and I just can't wait for it to keep going. Yeah, it's really good.
Wild.
I think in hindsight, Scooby Apocalypse is a book that I wish I would have gotten. I had expected it was going to be this, loofy, goofy, funny book, and that's why I didn't get it. But hearing you say that it's got serious tones and things that are actually kind of horror-esque and fun makes me interested to actually read this book.
Get the trades, bro.
Wildstorm, Michael Cray, number 12. This is Brian Hill, Stephen Harris, and Dexter Vines. Michael Cray carries an alien intelligence in his mind. Diana Prince seeks an apocalypse. John Constantine wants to control them both. In Greece, death will find them all in the explosive conclusion to the Wildstorm, Michael Cray. Garrett, what do you think of the final issue of this mini?
I'm excited, but I'm also very hesitant. After the last issue, which was good, but not like the best thing I've ever read, and the art style wasn't the best either, I still feel like there's a lot to wrap up in one comic. I don't know if it was a pacing issue or whatnot. I mean, I guess we still have to see if the landing gets stuck, but I'm very nervous that we're just going to have plot threads dangled only because he could still show up in Wildstorm. But I have enjoyed this series up to this point. This arc especially has been really strong. So I'm just very curious on what the finale of the series will be like.
See, now I would disagree that I think the second arc has been weak. My expectation was from the first arc of Michael Cray was going to fight all these DC heroes or Elseworld heroes and kick the crap out of them. I think that's what I wanted from this book, and I feel the 6-issue run that we've had now, the second arc, is just it's been focused on 4 characters, and there's not a whole lot in growth for me. That I would rather have seen this just be a 2-issue arcs of giving this character power and showing this how awesome he is. And then hopefully at the end, we'd have another run or he'd join Wildstorm or whatever he would do. Then we could get into this more long run. I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed by this book. I'll get it and I want to talk about it to see how it ends. I'm excited for it to be done.
I think out of the 3 of us, I enjoyed it the most, but also I don't really enjoy it super much. The first 6 issues were great, and the next 6 I think are just good. They're okay, but I mean it doesn't compare to that first 6, and it seems more like they're using the next 6 to kind of transition into a new series rather than conclude this one. So I mean I'll enjoy reading this issue, but I guarantee you it just extends into another series, so it won't be the end. I don't think. Amazing Spider-Man number 7, Nick Spencer, Humberto Ramos. Garrett, Alex, what do you think? Amazing Spider-Man, how's it going so far? 7 issues into Nick Spencer's run.
Which one are you asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. To be fair, I'm not caught up on the last issue, but I've loved Nick Spencer's Spider-Man. This cover makes me super excited. And all I want from a Spider-Man book is just a good, fun, lighthearted Spider-Man story. Yes, he's going to have some real problems, but all I need to see is Spider-Man pick himself up at the end of the day and know what's right, kick some ass, and look good doing it. Oh, and have Mary Jane. That's the most important part. Hashtag guest host number 1 would agree.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man has been just that amazing. I think it's been fresh with Nick Spencer on it, Ryan Otley on art. The story has just been fun and original. It's definitely a great time to be on a Spider-Man book.
Captain America number 4, Tanisi Coates, Leno, Francis Yu, Alex Ross on the cover. Winter in America continues with Sharon missing. Cap must single-handedly invade a stronghold of his enemies. But even if he makes it through, what's waiting for him 100 times more formidable? Taskmaster. Garrett, what do you think? Captain America number 4.
I've really loved this book. It is, just like Black Panther, so amazing. And, thankfully Marvel, I think, realizes how great this book is because it doesn't come out very often. It's like the beginning of one month and the end of another, or vice versa. Because I feel like it's been forever since issue 3 came out. But the book is still great. The art's still great. The story is building. So I'm very much looking forward to this issue kind of giving me a refresh on what's going on in Captain America. I really hope that they get more consistent on a schedule because I just feel like like there's been so much that's happened, but it's only been 3 issues so far, and this is the 4th. So I'm really excited to see what's next.
Domino number 7. This is Gail Simone, David Baldurine? Oh, sorry. After the explosive events of Killer Instinct and Domino Annual number 1, Nina Thurman have a new mission. Don't miss the surprise hit critics are calling Everything a Comic Should Be a must-have purchase, and if you haven't read this series, you should correct that mistake immediately. Alex, what do you think? How's Domino?
I am caught up 1 through 6. I've not read the annual yet. I think this book is fun, and that's what I look forward to in a Gail Simone book. Like when I got the Batgirl story from her in New 52, that was for the longest time my favorite book coming out. I think Gail is a strong writer, and I love how she takes these female characters and lets them be more than just a hero. They actually get to be a character and a woman in general. Like when she did her Red Sonja run, that was great. Her Batgirl was great. Gail Simone is a blind buy all the time for me.
Next up on the docket, Immortal Hulk number 7. This is Al Ewing, Joe Bennett. They're the reason he died. They're the reason he came back. Now the Avengers must bring him in. But how far would Earth's mightiest heroes go to cage the Immortal Hulk? Garrett, what do you think? Hulk.
I really enjoyed this book. It started out as a horror, and I think we can all say that it's definitely not that anymore, but it's still got like horror tones. Because again, we're getting back into that really great character study of what makes Bruce Banner afraid to be the Hulk, or what makes the Hulk not want to be Bruce Banner. Especially with the inclusion of Bruce Banner's father basically being absorbed into Bruce Banner, which that part I'm still not a huge fan of how that happened, as he was like lying dormant in Sasquatch. But I am excited how that kind of affects Bruce and in turn affects Hulk. So I love character development with Bruce Banner and the Hulk. When he's doing things that he's just like smashing, which, that's a Hulk thing to do. But I think that this book is on its strongest when it's dealing with who Bruce Banner is as a character and his interactions with the Hulk.
Here's one for guest host one. Hashtag. Spider-Geddon number 1 of 5, Crystal Gage, Dan Slott, Jorge Molina. Revenge of the Spider-Verse. Back in 2014, Spider-Verse brought every Spider-Man ever together. This event, spinning out of Amazing Spider-Man 800, has Crystal Gage and Dan Slott teaming up to destroy them all. The Inheritors, is that how you say it? Have somehow gotten out of the radioactive prison planet and made their way to the Marvel Universe. It's going to take a whole spider army to keep them from taking it all. Starring Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, Spider-Woman, the Spider-Man from the anticipated video game, as well as every Spider-Man and Spider-Woman ever, including some brand new ones. With Jorge Molina on art, the end of Spiders never looks so good. I saw a trailer for that. It actually didn't look that bad. I don't know if I would pick it up now, but it's something certainly with Marvel Unlimited I'll go back and probably check out. Venom number 7. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I know that hashtag Guess What's One is not getting this.
What is he?
He says, because he says it's not included with the actual main book, and so it doesn't serve, he doesn't want to, because there's a writer who has a story plan, like Nick Spencer's working on Amazing Spider-Man. If Nick Spencer was doing this too, it'd have more relevance, he said.
Venom number 7, Donny Cates, Saban Kaleo, Ryan Stegman on the cover. The Abyss starts here. Alex, what do you think, Venom?
I think Donny Cates can do no wrong as of right now. At least every Marvel book he's taken, he's opened my eyes to how this character is more than what we've been shown before. Where Venom used to just be the Spider-Man hating character, or Flash Thompson being a hero, getting his legs back. Now Venom has a more rich backstory. There's more to him than just a monster. And I think Donny Cates is a wise choice for this writing team. I hope he stays on for a little while longer to give us more in-depth feeling for Venom. And if he does decide to leave, I know that he'll wrap it up nicely for us.
X-23, number 5. This is Marqueo Tamika, Juan Cabal. Gary, you still getting this book? How's it going?
Absolutely. I really like it. I've still loved X-23. He's one of my favorite characters. Tom Taylor's run is over, and now we have, I think it's Mariko Tamaki, sorry. So this book I've still enjoyed very much. I thought the first thing they were going to do is kill off Gabby, but Gabby is so great as Honey Badger that I'm really glad that she's still in this book. There's some villains from Tom Taylor's run that are in this book, so I'm all the way in. And Juan Cabal was on the second half of that series, so the art style hasn't changed much. They still haven't really explained why X-23 isn't wearing the Wolverine costume anymore, but I'm sure once Return of Wolverine's done, maybe they'll be like, remember when I was Wolverine? Or some kind of bullshit to make it seem like it's okay that they didn't tell us. But this book has been really good and really fun to read.
Go. Power Rangers number 13. This is Ryan Perrett. Ilorna Carlini, Dan Moore on the cover. Alex, what do you think? Are you still getting Go Power Rangers?
I am going to get this issue. I think Go is going to be on the cutting block. I really did enjoy this book, and I think the fact that it's so centered around the 5 Power Rangers and that they're not just Power Rangers, that they really are Jason and Trini and Billy, Zach and Kimberly, that they actually have characters outside of being these superheroes is the strongest part for me. But I also feel like, do I care as much about Power Rangers as I used to? So it's for more internally me deciding I don't want it, but I at least want to give this issue a try because I know that I may feel bad if I don't get it.
How dare you?
From the Upside Down, we actually have a couple today I want to mention. Hot Launch Special number 3. This is Elliot Rahal and Jorge Fornes. Elliot, we met at SuperCon, and I have the first two issues that I got there from him. Has anybody read those yet? I think we all picked them up.
I haven't got to them yet.
You have, Alex? What do you think?
It's actually really good. I was expecting it to be a little more lighthearted. It's actually more sinister and kind of creepy. But I love these covers. They're so good. And the premise of the story is strong.
He did say...
Sorry, go ahead. These two it's two families kind of going to war at where I'm at right now. And so there's a trucking company and there's another family who is using this trucking company and then find out there's some other parts in the meat that's getting sent out. So it's good. I think if you want a new book, you're only going to be 2 issues in already. Pick up all 3 and read them back to back. It's a good read.
He did say that it's his Fargo, basically, which Fargo is kind of like dark humor, but mostly serious. Like it's a drama, but like it's funny in the way the criminals are kind of stupid. But it's also very noirish. So I'm looking forward to reading it. I do have them right here. I have them right here, so I can read them as soon as possible, and that's the book that I'm looking forward to this week. Last Space Race number 1, I'm going to bring this up. Peter Calloway and Alex Shabano. The Last Space Race is an imaginative investigation into wonder, hope, humanity's greatest purpose. A truly original story, Aftershock couldn't be more fired up to tell. It is from Peter Calloway he writes Legion on TV, Cloak and Dagger, and Under the Dome. And it just looks cool. I don't know. It's a sci-fi book about a fun-loving tech billionaire turned aerospace titan. And I just think that I love the cover, so I wanted to bring it up here. I tried that one out too. I don't really have that much come out this week. But speaking of what's coming out this week, what do you think, Garrett? What's your pick? What's the pick Garrett's going to like?
I think I'm going to go with Red Hood number 27. Red Hood Outlaw, sorry. What a great start to a new run in this book. And I think it's going to go full steam ahead. And Red Hood is a badass, and he always has been, but now he's like a badass unleashed. So very excited to see what he does in this book.
Alex?
I think I'm going to say Bully Wars number 2. It was either that or Farmhand number 4, but Bully Wars just grabbed my attention, and I loved issue 1. It felt like a Scotty Young book, and that Connolly art is fantastic, yet it still felt like Scotty Young helped guide a little bit of how this book would look.
I'm looking forward to Captain America #4. As Garrett says, it just feels like forever since I read the last issue. So I'm looking forward to reading another one in this already great run and having more of my favorite character, Captain America. It looks like actually a really nice, solid week. I think it was last week. I didn't really have anything. Last week was kind of light. So it's nice to see this week where we have, I mean, I don't think I'm super busy, but the stuff I have, that's a good meal to have. Alex, so I'm looking outside today. It's kind of chilly, about 50 degrees. Raining all the time. Here it rains in the forecast tomorrow. What's up with this?
I'm telling you right now, that's how fall does it. The leaves start to fall, so some rain has to follow. This week, probably starting Wednesday, it's going to get a little dry. So tomorrow, the weather will start to clear up a little bit. Then next week, actually, it looks like it's going to get warmer. So you can get your sweatshirts out. You can maybe put those umbrellas away. You don't have to look like the penguin for the rest of the week. You can just look like you like football and hot chocolate and pumpkin spice stuff. You can be happy and comfortable. That's how I'm living life right now. Comfortable.
Garrett, how are the road life's treating you?
Well, it's a great week of comics. This is one you definitely want to get to your shop early, pick up those books because they will fly off the shelves. Name dropping Captain America, Bully Wars, Red Hood, Scooby Apocalypse. There's just a lot of great things coming out this week. Some I didn't even mention. So definitely get to your shop early. If you have to run over a pothole, just hope there's no squirrels in there or something. But just get there as soon as you can.
Speaking of squirrels, what happened to Secret Agent Squirrel? It's not on the back of that Scooby Apocalypse anymore?
Oh, it is. I never read it.
Oh, I said no. It's at Adam Ant starting this week. They got rid of
What?
it. So Adam Ant is going to be in the backup, it says.
Oh, my God. I don't care. Get out of my book.
People like Secret Agent Squirrel more than Scooby-Doo. I would guarantee you that.
Bullshit.
You know why? Maybe for Halloween, I should be Secret Agent Squirrel. You'll be Scooby, and then Alex can show up as Fred, and we'll see who's the most popular. And I guarantee you I win. Why you Fred? Why do you pick Fred out of everybody could have been?
I don't know. The weird thing is that in the last week and a half, I think you've given us 28 different options for Halloween.
Hey, I'm all about options, baby. Well, you need to go out there. I'm going to be. What if I'm going to be Captain America? Garrett over there is going to be Immortal Hulk, and then you show up. All of a sudden, you show up, and here comes Alex as a Sentry. So you don't know what's going on. For anybody though out there for Halloween, make sure if you need to wear a shirt underneath your costume to keep warm, go to our Twitter page at Wednesday Comics or Facebook.com/Wednesday Comics Podcast. You can get a nice little long sleeve shirt with our face on it and shop there. Alex was wearing it, and Garrett was wearing it at our live show. That's the baseball tee, and it was very comfortable. It looked like, anyways. So go ahead and pick that up, put it underneath the costume, and say trick or treat. My name is Marvin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Garrett.
Hey everyone, be comfy with your cup of coffee or tea and keep reading those books.